This is Bahrain, a small Arab nation on the Persian Gulf. It is a monarchy and one of the wealthiest Muslim countries in the world. Not many people know exactly where Bahrain is because it is so tiny on the Arabian Peninsula. Its area is only slightly larger than Singapore or the Maldives. Compared to its neighbors like Saudi Arabia, Oman, the UAE, Kuwait, and Qatar, it seems even more insignificant. So, from a geographical perspective, what kind of country is Bahrain? First, let's look at its flag. The left third of the flag is white, while the rest is red. The two colors are separated by 5 serrated triangles. Red is the traditional color of the Persian Gulf and of the Islamic sects that ruled parts of the Arabian Peninsula. The 5 points symbolize the 5 pillars of Islam. This design is very similar to the flag of Qatar. Bahrain consists of about 50 natural islands and 33 artificial ones. Due to land reclamation projects, the number of islands is constantly changing. 30 years of reclamation have increased Bahrain's area by 100 square kilometers, technically bringing the total number of islands to 84. The main island of Bahrain accounts for 83% of the land area. The capital, Manama, is located here. It is a modern metropolis with rows of skyscrapers and stunning architecture. Skyscrapers compete to showcase the most brilliant designs. The country is divided into 12 municipalities and 5 Most of the population is concentrated in the northern region, especially in Manama and its surrounding cities. The southern governorate has a population of less than 300,000. To change this, the government launched several infrastructure projects to attract people to more remote areas, like the lost paradise of Dilmun water park and the $56 billion Durat Al Bahrain project. It is the 3rd largest artificial island at the country's southernmost tip. Most confusing are the Hawar Islands, part of the southern Gulf. This archipelago is less than 2 kilometers from Qatar. It has long been a focal point of territorial disputes, but sovereignty belongs to Bahrain. Simply put, the dispute began in 1936. The ICJ issued its final ruling on March 16, 2001. Bahrain was awarded the Hawar Islands, excluding Jinan Island, Kitat, and Fasht Azam. Qatar was awarded Fasht, Dibel, and Jinan Island. Both nations claimed sovereignty over the oil-rich Hawar Islands. Since then, the two nations have not been close, geographically or symbolically. Although Bahrain is an island nation, it's connected to Saudi Arabia via the King Fahd Causeway. The bridge opened in 1986, before its completion. People relied on 30-minute flights or ferries. Currently, Bahrain and Qatar are building another bridge called the Friendship Bridge. It will be 40 kilometers long. Despite delays due to diplomatic tensions, it is expected to link Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Qatar. You might think Bahrain is nothing but sand. The climate is arid, with no forests. But in the middle of this wasteland stands a tree of life. It is over 400 years old. Despite growing in the desert, its branches remain lush and green. This tree is a famous local attraction, hosting about 65,000 visitors every year. Bahrain is one of only 18 countries with no natural rivers or lakes. Rainfall is also very sparse. About 92% of the land is desert. But there are cooler areas along the west coast. Bahrain's groundwater comes from the lateral flows of ancient aquifers. This is part of a massive regional aquifer system, extending from central Saudi Arabia to Bahrain. The steady inflow is about 112 million cubic meters per year. This is Bahrain's safe groundwater recharge limit. This is where Bahrain gets its water. Still, drought is the norm here, and heavy sandstorms frequently sweep the nation. Bahrain does not rely solely on oil. For decades, it has been diversifying its economy, covering banking, finance, and tourism. Since the oil price spike in 2006, the World Bank has recognized Bahrain as a high-income economy. It is one of the fastest-growing countries in the Arab world, even outpacing the U.S. The climate features hot, dry summers and mild winters. The groundwater is brackish, so plants need resilience to survive. There are 196 plant species, about 17 species of land mammals, plus numerous birds and desert reptiles. Migratory birds pass through every spring and autumn, including flamingos and cormorants. Let's briefly review Bahrain's history. It has been inhabited since prehistoric times. Strategic Gulf position brought Assyrian, Babylonian, Greek, and Persian influence. Around 3000 BC, history has given it many nicknames, one of which is the Pearl of the Gulf. Before 1521, in the late 18th century, the Al Khalifa family seized control. To avoid Persian rule, they allied with Britain, becoming a British protectorate. Anti-British sentiment rose after World War II, leading to riots. In the 1960s, Britain submitted its future to international arbitration. In August 1971, the Portuguese arrived in 1520, separating Bahrain from other regions. It changed hands between the Portuguese and Persians. After the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Shiites attempted a coup in 1981, but failed. In 1994, riots broke out over government inequality. That is a brief history of Bahrain, regarding its population. Expats outnumber citizens here. Out of 1.5 million people, 52.6% are They mainly come from India, Bangladesh, and the Philippines. Arabic is official, but English is the lingua franca. This makes Bahrain a very English-friendly country. Bahrainis love Formula One racing. In 2004, they hosted the first Grand Prix in the Middle East. It attracts massive international audiences every year. In foreign relations, it maintains good ties with many Asian nations. In business, Turkey and the U.S. are major partners. It also hosts the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. Relations with the UK have remained stable. Britain built schools and hospitals during its occupation. Bahrain has remained on good terms since 1971. Relations with Iran are more complicated. The religious landscape is divided. Some Shiites identify culturally with Iran, but many are Arabs, creating new tensions. Many Sunnis have Iranian ties or ancestry. This creates a strangely Iranian-influenced atmosphere. Its closest ally is undoubtedly Saudi Arabia. To other Arabs, Bahrain is like a Disneyland. Every weekend, Saudis visit for vacations and parties. Geography impacts development, but isn't everything. history is shaped by opportunity, not just environment. Because ultimately, reality is where opportunity meets environment.